Solihull Radio.
solihullradio.com.
Good evening, it's another wonderful Wednesday night and it's me, Nick Whitehouse, here on Solihull Radio. Yes, we've got tons and tons of exciting action for you this evening. Let me tell you a little bit about what's on the show. Yes, running amok, we've got last week's recorded material from Dickens Heath Beavers. They're taking over the show for the next half an hour or so. Not only that, we've got a wonderful interview that was recorded a couple of weeks ago with Rachel from Beatle Woods, a very exciting venture just outside of Knoll. And also I've got an interview with Karen from the International Glaucoma Association to bring to you as well, with some important information if you're celebrating Ramadan right now. I'm also going to be speaking to Matt from Breat Cancer Haven. And with the latest information about 25 and 25, we have Specsavers' very own Brad Parks. But it's not just about me. You can get involved in all the action too. Why don't you give me a call? And the number to do that is 0121 777 8410. That's 0121 777 8410. If you want to text in, that's really easy. Give me a text. Get your thumb working on 075 64 30 30 64. That's 075 64 30 30 64. If you want to email in, that's easy too. Drop us an email on studio@solihullradio.com. That's studio@solihullradio.com. We're also out there in social media land. Find us on Facebook at Solihull Radio. That's at Solihull Radio. Also, we're on Twitter as well. That's at Solihull_radio. We're also there on Instagram as well. Well, I hope you've had a brilliant day. I've had a good day too, but it's even better now I'm talking to you. I've been out and about the last week, so it's good to see you after a couple of weeks. And last week, the reason I wasn't here was because I was at Dickens Heath Beavers, and hopefully, I understand you may well be listening right now. So if you are a parent or a child or a helper or a leader at Dickens Heath Beavers, hello, how are you? Because they are on from 6 till 7 on a Wednesday night at Dickens Heath School. So if you're interested, get in touch with them and you could get involved. And what I did is I went over there and I had a little chat about what Solihull Radio is all about and what we do. And then we had a bit of an activity where we got talking about what might be in a link between songs on a radio station, and they worked in a little group and talked about what they might put into a link, the things they might be interested in, maybe a shout out as well, and also some song requests as well. So here over the next sort of 20-25 minutes or so, we've got some contributions from the children at Dickens Heath Beavers. So we're going to start off with this one, and this is Mac. So over to you, Mac. Take over the station.
Despacito, suave, suave, despacito, despacito, suave, suave, suave.
So I'm joined here by the lovely Mac, who can't stop singing his request, which is for Despacito, is that right? You also love a certain football team, don't you? Can you tell me who you like?
Real Madrid.
You like Real Madrid? Have you ever seen Real Madrid play?
Yes.
Yes.
I watched it 7,000 years.
You've been watching it for 7,000 years?
Yeah.
And who did they play when you watched them?
The finals.
Who did they play in the finals?
Liverpool.
And who won?
Real
Are
Madrid.
you really happy about that?
Yeah. I took my shirt off.
You took your shirt off. Did you dance? Because you're dancing now, aren't you?
Yeah.
And what song would you like, Mac?
Despacito.
Despacito. So let's play that. Give me 5. Well done, Mac. You're a star.
So just for you, Mac, here we are, a bit of Despacito here on Solihull Radio.
Come and move that in my direction. So thankful for that, it's such a blessing, yeah. Turn every situation into heaven, yeah. Oh, you are My sunrise on the darkest day got me feeling some kind of way. Make me wanna savor every moment slowly, slowly. You fit me, tailor-made, love how you put it on. Got the only key, know how to turn it on. The way you nibble on my ear, the only words I wanna hear. Baby, take it slow so we can last long.
Tú eres el imán y yo soy el metal. Me voy acercando y voy armando el plan. Solo con pensarlo se acelera el pulso.
Oh yeah, ya me está gustando más de lo normal. Todos mis sentidos van pidiendo más. Esto hay que tomarlo sin ningún apuro. Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte a besos despacito. Firmo en las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito.
Sube, sube. Quiero ver bailar tu pelo, quiero ser tu ritmo. Que le enseñes a mi boca tus lugares favoritos.
Favorito, baby.
Déjame sobrepasar tus zonas de peligro hasta provocar tus gritos y que olvides tu apellido.
Si te pido un beso, ven dámelo. Yo sé que estás pensándolo. Llevo tiempo intentándolo. Mami, estoy dando y dándolo. Sabes que tu corazón conmigo te hace bam bam. Sabes que esa beba está buscando de mi bam bam. Me pruebas de mi boca para ver cómo te sabe. Quiero ver cuánto amor a ti te cabe. Yo no tengo prisa, yo me quiero dar el viaje. Empezamos lento, después salvaje. Pasito a pasito, suave, suavecito. Nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito. Cuando tú me besas con esa destreza, veo que eres malicia con delicadeza. Pasito a pasito, suave, suavecito. Nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito. Y es que esa belleza es un rompecabezas, pero para montarlo aquí tengo la pieza, oye. Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte a besos despacito. Firmo en las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito.
Quiero ver bailar tu pelo, quiero ser tu ritmo. Que le enseñes a mi boca tus lugares favoritos.
Favorito, baby.
Déjame sobrepasar tus zonas de peligro hasta provocar tus gritos y que olvides tu apellido. Despacito, this is how we do it down in Puerto Rico. I just wanna hear you screaming, ay bendito. I can go forever cuando esté contigo.
Pasito a pasito, suave, suavecito. Nos vamos pegando poquito a
Que le
poquito.
enseñes a mi boca tus lugares favoritos.
Pasito a pasito, suave, suavecito. Nos vamos pegando poquito a
Hasta
poquito.
provocar tus gritos y que olvides tu apellido.
Despacito.
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
What a good choice for the first song out there. And, well, Mac, what taste you have and what a confident boy you are. Well done, and thank you for your dancing ability. That was good to know. Right, what about the next one? The next person that I had a little chat to was called Aaron, and let's see if Aaron is there. Aaron, are you there?
I'm joined here by Aaron. What would you like to say, Aaron?
Well, I'm a red belt in karate, and that is the 4th belt. And I was a cheeky baby because I covered myself in lipstick.
Lipstick and karate here on Solihull Radio. How good are you at karate? Pretty good.
Yes.
Can you show me some moves now, quick?
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is scary karate here from Aaron on Solihull Radio. Tell me now, what sort of music do you like?
I like Invincible.
Okay, so we're going to have some Invincible on if we can for you. Okay. Have you got any shout-outs?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to everybody.
Fair enough. Perfect. Well done, Aaron. We have an audience. Big clap for Aaron and his karate ways. Well done, Aaron.
Okay, well, Aaron wanted some Invincible here on Solihull Radio. I've had a search. Here's a good song called Invincible. We aren't quite sure, but I like it anyway. It's Michael Jackson with Invincible.
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
Well, that's a bit of a teaser for what's a bit of a request for Jack and Alex. Let's have a little listen to what Jack and Alex have got to say.
I'm joined here by Jack and Alex, and they're here to talk to us about the information they've prepared from Dickens Heath Beavers tonight on Solid Hill Radio. So, over to you, boys.
My name is Jack Szymanski. I like football and my is defense. And I would like to shout out Harry Bowlers.
Thank you very much. That was amazing. Well done. And who over here? We've got Alex.
I'm Alex, and I love Castle on the Hill and Harry Potter and football. And I like to shout out my mum.
Okay, and who's your favourite football team?
Notts County.
Notts County. Are you from Nottingham originally, or do you just really like them?
My grandma and granddad are from Notts County. My mum and dad, I live in Dickens Heath.
Okay, is there a song you'd really like on the radio?
Yes.
Oh, right. What would you like to hear, Alex?
Castle on the Hill.
Castle on the Hill. What about you, Jack?
Castle on the Hill.
We're agreed. Castle on the Hill. Give me 5! That was some 5s being given there. Thank you very much, boys. Catch you next week. Bye.
When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg. And I was running from my brother and his friends, and tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain grass I rolled down. I was younger then. Take me back to when I found my heart, broke it here, made friends and lost them through the years. And I've not seen the boring fields in so long. I know I've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. 15 years old and smoking hand-rolled cigarettes, running from the law through the backfields and getting drunk with my friends. Had my first kiss on a Friday night. I don't reckon that I did it right, but I was younger then. Take me back to when we found weekend jobs, and when we got paid, we'd buy cheap spirits and drink them straight. Me and my friends have not thrown up in so long. Oh, how we've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. One friend left to sell clothes, and one works down by the coast. One had 2 kids but lives alone. One's brother overdosed. One's already on his second wife. One's just barely getting by, but these people raised me, and I can't wait to go home. And I'm on my way. I still remember these old country lanes when we did not know the answers, and I miss the way you make me feel.
solihullradio.com.
Now, if you're interested in sort of going and getting involved in beavers or cubs or things like that, it's really easy. If you go onto the Scouts website, there's lots of information there, and they do a whole wide range of activities that would be what you would expect to see from a sort of a Scout group. They'll go camping, but not only that, they'll earn badges for a whole wide range of activities. It could be doing some cooking, learning about pets, animals, careers. It's a whole wide range of things. So your children getting involved in beavers, scouting, cubs, and all those sorts of things would be possibly a wonderful thing to do. So do find out a bit more if it's something that attracts you, and also if you want, they're always looking for people to help out as well, not only occasional parent helpers, but also more permanent leaders as well. So do find out if that's something that you're being called to. Now, I also had a little chat to Sammy and Lucas. Boy, was this a good one.
I'm joined by
Sammy.
And
Lucas.
okay, and you've got some things you'd like to say and sing as well.
Yeah.
So, Sammy, over to you.
Okay. So, I love Lambos and Bugattis, and I love police cars too.
Okay, and Lucas, what do you want to say? You're going to talk about Porsches, is that right? Or sing about Porsches?
The Porsche song is about this. I'm gonna take the fire, get the Porsche. I'm a team. I'm the tire. I'm the fire. I'm a team. Porsche song. Go even faster. Go even faster. Mr. Weenie.
Oh, well, I'm speechless, Lucas. I'm speechless. You like Porsches, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, is there a song you like? Is there actually someone that you like to sing with a song?
That's a song that we made up there. There's something called Rye Workout too. I don't actually know the whole song because it's pretty long.
It's pretty long. So...
And it's a bit like... I haven't watched it for a long time, but I love it.
Okay.
Watched it for a long time.
Boys, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. We can listen next week on solihullradio.com. Okay, and I hope you get the cars that you like. Okay, thank you. Bye, boys.
Well, my best interpretation of that is this, which is the cast of Mary Poppins with Step in Time.
Step in time, step in time. Come on, mighty, step in time. Step in time. Step in time, step in time, step in time, step in time. Never your reason, never your rhyme, step in time, step in time. Get your knees up. Get your knees up, step in time. Get your knees up, step in time. Never your reason, never your rhyme. Get your knees up, step in time. Round the chimney. Round the chimney, step in time. Round the chimney, step in time. Never your reason, never your rhyme. Round the chimney, step in time. Flap like a birdie. Flap like a birdie, step in time. Flap like a birdie, step in time. Never your reason, never your rhyme. Flap like a birdie, in time. Up on the railing. Up on the railing, step in time. Up on the railing, step in time. Never your reason, never your rhyme. Up on the railing, step in time. Over the rooftops. Over the rooftop, step in time. Over the rooftop, step in time. Never your reason, never your rhyme. Step in time. Over the rooftop, over the rooftop. Take your elbows. Make your elbows, step in time. Make your elbows, step in time. Make your elbows, make your elbows, make your elbows. Step in time, step in time, step in time, step in time. Never your reason, never your rhyme. Step in time, you step in time.
Hi there, I'm joined by...
Cara, Sophie, Stella.
Okay, so you want to talk about your hopes and dreams here on Solihull Radio. So, girls, over to you.
My dream is to be a princess.
A princess, and you're going to wear pretty dresses then?
Yes.
Fabulous. And who's going next? Go on then.
My dream is to have a big family when I'm older.
How many children would you like?
About 4 or 5.
About 4 or 5 children? Wow, you're going to be a busy lady, I can tell you that much. Have you chosen any names yet?
No.
No, that's one for later. And your hopes and dreams are?
My hopes and dreams are to have a puppy and be a vet.
You want to be a vet? You've got to be good at science for that. Are you good at science?
Yes.
Good girl. Have you got any shout-outs? No?
I have.
You have. Go on, Stella.
If you don't know, I'm Stella Elsie Spooner, and I'm from the Spooners family.
And would you like to have a big shout-out to the Spooners?
Have a great day, Spooners.
No problem at all. Now, we've all been talking that you really like The Greatest Showman, haven't we? Okay. Yeah. What song would you like from The Greatest Showman?
A Million Dreams.
A Million Dreams it is. Thank you, girls. Catch you soon.
Nick Whitehouse on Solihull Radio.
We're joined here by Victor and Alex here on Solihull Radio, and we're going to start off with Victor, who wants to tell me about his favourite sport.
I like tennis because I'm very, very sporty.
Do you like other sports as well?
Yeah, I like football, basketball. I like all of the sports in the whole world.
So you're really fit and strong.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. You'd like to have a bit of a shout out, wouldn't you? Who would you like to shout out to?
I would like to shout out to Mum.
Oh, I'm sure Mum's very...
And I really like swimming.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like swimming as well. Also, Alex over here, what do you want to talk to us about?
I like Gary Barlow, and he's really good.
Yeah, have you got any CDs of his?
Yes.
Okay, what's your favourite Gary Barlow song?
It's the one when the piano.
When he's playing the piano, okay. And also, you both quite like a bit of Ed Sheeran, is that right?
I love all the Ed Sheeran songs.
So what is Victor and Alex's special request from Ed Sheeran?
The snowy one.
The snowy. I thought you were going to go for Castle on the Hill. Is that right?
I haven't heard of that one.
Okay, fair enough then. Shall I choose? Try and find the snowy Ed Sheeran song if I can.
Yeah.
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 Okay. I'll try and track it down for you.
The snowy one where there's pizzas.
There's pizzas. Okay. Snowy with pizzas. Here we come. Only on Solihull Radio. Thanks, boys.
Okay, so don't worry, girls, because coming up we've got your Million Dreams. Don't worry, but I want to hear from some other children first. But I've done a bit of research here. I think this might be the snowy Ed Sheeran song. It is perfect.
I found a love for me. Well, darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Well, darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark between my arms, barefoot on the grass, or listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it, darling. You look perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Darling, just hold my hand, be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future in your eyes. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this, darling. You look perfect tonight. No, no, baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, or barefoot on the grass, or listening to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met an angel in person, and she looks perfect. I don't deserve this. You look perfect tonight.
Solihull Radio.
I am joined here by...
Ben, Henry, Joss.
And what would you like to say on Solihull Radio?
My name is Joss, and I like blues and
And... Big dramatic pause here on Solihull Radio.
So is Ben.
And so is Ben. Okay, what else would you like to say?
And also, my name is Henry, and I love football, and my team is Burnley.
Burnley, okay. Have you... Oh, go on, you've got something else to say. Go on.
Hi, Mum, Dad, and Danielle.
I would like to shout out about my mum, dad, and my sister Chloe.
Oh.
I would like to shout out to Mac and Josh as well.
Okay, have you got some music you like, boys?
Yeah, and my favourite song is A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman.
Okay, what about others, boys? Go on. Josh.
And Joss's and Ben's is their favourite too.
Okay, you like A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, boys, thank you very much. Solihull Radio to hear your songs and your link. Thank you very much.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head.
A million dreams are keeping me.
A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
For the world we're gonna make.
Well, that was a wonderful piece of... Oh, well, I have to press the button there. Okay, that was a wonderful piece of music from The Greatest Showman. I hope you've seen it. It's a wonderful movie. And thank you very much to the children of Dickens Heath Beavers, because it was a wonderful evening spent in their company. And I hope they've enjoyed listening to themselves on the radio. I think they were really cute, don't you? Well, in a minute, we're going to have a bit of contribution from Karen and the International Glaucoma Association, but that's all after this.
Fed up with condensation every morning and hate that yucky mould patch in the bathroom? It's time to contact EnviroVent. They've helped tackle mould and condensation dampness in over 1 million homes, just like yours. To find out more and to book a free home survey, visit envirovent.com, because air matters.
solihullradio.com.
Stagecoach Solihull teaches skills
in drama, singing and dance.
But these skills don't just vanish when the curtain falls.
They're skills for life, stretching imaginations and improving literacy.
For a career in the arts, learning new skills, or just having fun.
So visit our website
www.stagecoach.co.uk/Solihull.
Stagecoach Solihull. Skills for the arts.
Skills for life.
Yeah!
The Fireplace and Stove Centre, 1204 Stratford Road, Hall Green. Specialists in wood-burning stoves, gas and electric fires with over 50 live displays in the showroom. Come in and experience your new fireplace solutions. Call 0121 777 85 85 for more details.
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
Indian Dream on Dove House Parade, Solihull's premier family-run restaurant offering authentic Indian and Bangladeshi cuisine with fresh ingredients and creative chefs. They can provide bespoke dining experiences, eat in or take away. 0121 704 9058.
Solihull Radio.
Just coasting, never really going anywhere. Caught up in a web, I was getting kinda used to staying there. And out of the blue, I fell for you. Now you're lifting me up instead of holding me down, stealing my heart instead of stealing my crown. Untangled all the strings around my wings that were tied. I didn't know him and I didn't know me. Cloud nine was always out of reach. Now I remember what it feels like to fly. You give me butterflies. Kiss full of color makes me wonder where you've always been. I was hiding in doubt till you brought me out of my chrysalis. Then I came out new. All because of you. And now you're lifting me up instead of holding me down, stealing my heart instead of stealing my crown. Untangled all the strings from my wings that were tied. I didn't know him and I didn't know me. Cloud nine was always out of reach. Now I remember what it feels like to fly. You give me butterflies. Yeah, you give me butterflies. Now you're lifting me up instead of holding me down. You're taking my hand instead of taking my crown. Untangled all the strings around my wings that were tied. I didn't know him and I didn't know me. Cloud nine was always out of reach. Now I remember what it feels like to fly. You give me butterflies.
Nick Whitehouse on Solihull Radio.
Okay, so here we are on Solihull Radio, and it's me, Nick. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Weren't those kids cute, eh? A couple of weeks ago, I had the pleasure of speaking to Karen from the International Glaucoma Association, and big apologies to them because we couldn't get it on the air until today. But last week was Glaucoma Awareness Week. Internationally, nationally I should say, and we had a good old chat for a while about what it was all about, how they're raising awareness, and also important news for those who are fasting in Ramadan. So here is what we had a little chat about, and 1,000 apologies for only bringing it to light now. So here we are, over to Nick and Karen. Thank you very much for listening to Solihull Radio. It is me, Nick Whitehouse, and it is currently a National Glaucoma Week, and I have on the line Karen from the International Glaucoma Association. Are you there, Karen?
I am, yes. Hi, Nick. Lovely to talk to you.
Hi. Well, first of all, tell me a little bit about your association and what it does.
Okay. We're a national charity. We fund research into glaucoma. We try and prevent needless sight loss from glaucoma by awareness raising, hence this week. And we also help people to live well with glaucoma, so to make good treatment choices, be well informed about the condition so that they can manage it to best effect and that kind of thing.
So how prevalent is glaucoma, would you say?
Well, we think that in the UK there are about 700,000 people affected by it. But the scary thing is that half of those people won't know that they have it. Because the thing about glaucoma is it's pretty much, in most kinds of glaucoma, it's asymptomatic. So there's no pain, there's no sort of blank spots in front of your vision.
Right.
You can actually lose a significant percentage of your vision, but it happens very gradually. And the brain's so clever, it kind of fills in the gaps, so it's easy not to notice. So it's a bit of a sneaky condition. They call it the silent thief of sight, which is a rather unpleasant name, but it's kind of apt, really.
So what's the number one way of trying to get people so that they pick it up early enough to do something about it?
Okay, well, the main way is eye tests, just normal standard eye tests that you get at your community optometrist or opticians. We recommend at least every 2 years, but glaucoma does tend to, there's links in families. So if you have a close family member, a brother or a sister, parent, who's got glaucoma, you are at increased risk. So it could be that people in that category, and particularly people over 40 as well with a family history, might want more frequent eye tests. I'm in that category, and I go every 12 months. And because I'm in that category, I also get free eye tests, which is, it makes it easier.
Of course. And so, what sort of events are going on to support National Glaucoma Week?
Well, we're trying to just generate as much publicity as we can because it's not a condition that's very well understood, really. The main thing is prevention. So we're trying to raise awareness and understanding of the condition. So it's an eye disease. It's not terribly well understood, but the main reason for glaucoma is raised pressure within the eye. And I don't know if people who've had eye tests they'll probably recognise this, but you often get a POS test when you're having an eye test at the opticians, and that's the test that is checking the pressure within the eye.
Okay.
In fact, there are different kinds of tests available these days. So we sometimes hear that people are a little bit squeamish about the POS test, but there are different sorts of tests available. So you don't have to have that one. But the main message that we're trying to get across is get your eyes checked at least every couple of years. If you are living with glaucoma, if you've been diagnosed, please let your relatives know because they need to be tested as well and so that they can look after their sight.
Okay, and if people want to find out more information about glaucoma, can they get that via you?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a website which has lots and lots of free advice and information. You can also download or order booklets, advice, leaflets, posters, all sorts of things. And so if you just put an IGA or a Glaucoma Association into your search engine, we should come up. We also have a telephone helpline as well. So if anybody's got queries about glaucoma or you're having issues or you're facing difficult treatment choices, it's a free helpline. The number's on the website. So Monday to Friday, our team are there to help people.
Thank you very much. It's, of course, Ramadan right now. You've got a special message regarding that. Am I correct?
We have, yeah. The main sort of first-line form of treatment for people with glaucoma tends to be eye drops, and you have to take eye drops usually if you're diagnosed and you're prescribed eye drops it's at least once a day, but sometimes as much as, 2, 3, even 4 times a day. And usually that's for life. Now, I think some people who are fasting during Ramadan also stop taking their eye drops because they fear that it's sort of food, they're going to ingest it. We've worked with the Muslim Council of Great Britain, and they've sent out a very clear message that please don't stop taking your eye drops during Ramadan. If you absolutely feel that you don't want to take them, during dawn and dusk, then change the times you're taking them. But please don't stop taking them.
It's situation critical if you stop, I presume.
It is, but as I was saying earlier, that the sneaky thing with glaucoma is that there are no side effects. So sometimes we have heard rather sad stories about people who stop taking their drops on a temporary basis during Ramadan, but because they don't notice any difference to their sight, their vision doesn't get worse, they think, oh, I don't need to take them anymore, it's not having any impact. But actually it is, because sight loss with glaucoma it's quite slow and it's not easily noticeable,
right.
But it can, it can have quite an impact. So please don't stop taking your drops. The advice from the Muslim Council of Britain is keep taking them. It's absolutely fine. It could save your sight in effect.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Please, if you're available, would you be able to give us a bit more of an update in months to come about how your organisation and how the fight against glaucoma is getting on?
We would absolutely love to, yes. Delighted to get the message across. That would be really good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen. Catch you again soon. Bye now.
Thank you. Thanks, Nick. Bye-bye.
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
Okay, coming up after the news, we've got all sorts of things going on. We're going to have important information from the Breast Cancer Haven. That's going to be coming up. We're going to have Beatle Woods telling us all about the things that they're up to. I'll tell you what, it's very, very interesting. And also we've got Brad Parks coming on to give us a bit of a 25 and 25 update. So there's lots of charity information still to come, and we might even throw a little bit of local information too. If you want to get in touch, that's easy. Drop me a text 07564 30 30 64 or give me a call on 0121 777 8410. That's 0121 777 8410. Or alternatively, drop me an email, studio@solihullradio.com. That's studio@solihullradio.com. See you the other side of the news. Online, on demand, you're listening to Solihull Radio.
National Party's Westminster leader has been kicked out of the House of Commons. He and Blackford repeatedly refused Speaker John Berco's demands for him to sit down.
Resume your seat, young man. Resume your seat.
The SNP politician was asking for Brexit debates to be done in private from now on, claiming Scotland's being ignored anyway.
I'm proud that myself and my colleagues have stood up for Scotland today, as will continue to do so.
Rival politicians are calling it a planned stunt. The Prime Minister has again apologised for her handling of the aftermath of the Grenfell Tower fire.
I didn't, of course, on that first visit, meet members of the community or survivors. And I'm sorry for not having met them then. I regret that because I think people perhaps felt that they wanted those of us in power to know that we had understood and recognised what had happened.
Theresa May's been talking to the group Grenfell Speaks to mark a year since the tragedy in which 72 people died. A man's been arrested at Heathrow Airport on suspicion of preparing terrorist acts. The 29-year-old from Finland was stopped by police on Sunday night as he tried to board a connecting flight. A day before the World Cup begins, Spain have replaced their manager. Fernando Hierro replaces Julian Lopetegui, who's been sacked for taking another job at Real Madrid. Officials weren't happy with the way his new post had been lined up. Meanwhile, Morocco has failed in a bid to stage a World Cup for a fifth time. FIFA's chosen a joint proposal from the US, Mexico and Canada to put on the event in 2026. It's expected to generate a profit of around £8 billion for the governing body. And Noel Gallagher's old house, which David Walliams now lives in, has gone up for sale. Supernova Heights in northwest London became infamous in the 1990s for Oasis parties. It's on the market for more than £5 million. That's the latest. I'm Barry Weir.
Nick Whitehouse on Solihull Radio.
Yes, you know exactly who this is for. Okay, so about a couple of weeks ago at the end of half term, I popped along to speak to the lovely Rachel at Beatle Woods. And Beatle Woods is an outdoor forest-style nursery. There's no indoors, really, just the children and the elements and some very, very imaginative, innovative practice. And this is what I found out.
Hi there, I'm joined by the lovely Rachel from Beatle Woods Outdoor Nursery just by Borstal Common, and I'm here, the rain has cleared and it's a beautiful morning. There's a few puddles around and there's birds singing, and Rachel's going to tell us a little bit about the nursery. How are you doing today? You alright?
I'm fine, Nick, thank you. It's strange to be here when there aren't any children here today, given that we're on our half-term holidays. Glad to welcome you to Beatle Woods and for you to find out, and all your listeners to find out a bit more about what we do here.
How long have you been open now?
Since September. So it's been just over 8 months. It's been a phenomenal journey. It's been amazing. We exceeded all our expectations and welcomed lots and lots of new families to our site.
So tell us about, what's your philosophy? How does it work here?
So we believe that children should be able to lead their own learning, and an environment that supports that is crucial. And we're really lucky. We have a 10-acre site here that we've got sole use of from Monday to Friday, and the children spend all week deciding how they'll explore and investigate that and the sorts of activities they want to do. We don't provide any focused or structured activities. We believe the children should lead the learning and connect with nature, which is often missing for lots of children in the times we're living.
How many children have you got that come to the nursery at the moment?
So over the week we have 20 families that access our service. They on various days. There's some come 2 days, some come 3. So it just depends across the week. We started with 6 families. We've now got 20 families that come.
So can I use my my funding, my 16 hours
you can use your funding. You can use either 15 or part of your 30 hours 15, extended funding with us. We do have some conditions around that, but that you can find out more information about that on our website, www.beatlewoods.co.uk. But yes, we have quite a number of children accessing funding with us.
So you've had quite a journey to get to this point, haven't you?
Definitely.
So, yeah. Tell us about your background, how you came to have this wonderful place that you're running.
Okay, so I managed a Packway preschool locally for the last 6 years to 2017, and became increasingly frustrated with the sorts of activities I could offer there, getting it all out in the morning, putting it all away. It was just, frustrating. The outside space we had was really small, and that meant that there was a limit to the sorts of things we could provide, the loose parts, the open-ended resources for children. So I started to think seriously about doing something new, and I actually walked past this site walking my dog every day during the winter months, not actually knowing what was here, certainly not knowing that this space was at the rear of this site. That and losing my dear dad to Alzheimer's in December 16 sort of gave me the catalyst to look for something new and to embrace something different. So did a bit of homework, looked at putting a building on this site initially, sort of porter cabin style building, and then when the landowner showed me this space, I had just a complete light bulb moment. I went to bed one evening, woke up in the night and thought, what am I doing? Why don't I just do this? And there's nobody else in the West Midlands doing this.
No, it's completely unique. I've never come across anything like this before in my life before, and it's amazing. How long did it take to plan it all?
So, not long, because this time last year I hadn't even had Ofsted approval. I applied in May 2017 and fortunately got a visit really quickly. So July we got the yes, and September we were open. So we had lots of things sitting in an Amazon basket for a while waiting to buy when we got the yes. And then my husband and I came on site at the end of August, put up the shed, put up the tent, and actually the site as you see it today has evolved. We had very little here, perhaps just some log rolls for the circle, and we've just gathered momentum in terms of the things the children want. So we've grown the mud kitchen a bit more, added some rope swings, and again we've been guided by them. So it's all happened really quickly, which is probably a good thing, because it gives you a real focus and enables you to distract yourself from other things that you shouldn't be thinking about.
That's true. I mean, this reminds me very much of forest school type scenario. Is it closely related to that sort of thing?
Yes, I think it's really important to embrace parts of the forest school approach, namely the holistic way of working with children. We don't have a fixed idea about what that should look like. We just try and blend, obviously, the EYFS, the early years stage, foundation stage, that we must adhere to as part of offering an early years setting, and blend that with some of the forest school principles that we know support children to learn in a way that suits them. So very much looking at a holistic approach, a holistic child, what's interesting for that child, and using that as a starting point for anything really.
Okay. Rachel, can you show me around? Can I have a little look around?
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
And more from Beatle Woods in just a bit, but now we're going to have a bit of Calvin Harris and Dua Lipa with One Kiss, and then after that, on the line, we have Matt from Breast Cancer Haven.
One kiss is all it takes, falling in love with me, possibilities that look like all you need.
Let me
need your company tonight. Something in you lit up heaven in me. The feeling won't let me sleep, 'cause I'm lost in the way you move, the way you feel. One kiss is all it takes. Falling in love with me. Possibilities, I look like all you need. One kiss is all it takes. Falling in love with me. Possibilities, I look like all you need.
There we go, a bit of One Kiss. Calvin Harris and Dua Lipa here on Solihull Radio. Now we've had an email from Tony Samuels, and he says, I'm an optometrist. Interesting, concise feature about glaucoma. Just a quick note to say that I don't think it was emphasised that any sight loss due to glaucoma is irreversible. The drops hopefully prevent any further loss. They do not restore any loss. Hence the importance of regular use of any prescribed drops. Thank you, Tony, and it's a pleasure. Now, on the line, if I press this button, I should have Matt. Matt, are you there?
I am. Hello.
Thanks for holding on for me. How are you doing today?
Yeah, right. Yeah, not bad.
Good. So there's some exciting stuff going on at Breast Cancer Haven at the moment. But first of all, if people aren't quite sure, what is the Breast Cancer Haven?
So, Breast Cancer Haven is the centre in the West Midlands. It's in Solihull in Alton. It only opened last October. And it's a place to offer emotional, physical and practical support to anyone affected by breast cancer, whether that's living with or beyond breast cancer. We offer lots of different therapies, counselling, acupuncture. We do reflexology, nutrition advice, money advice, and loads of different support groups as well. So we do things like Pilates, mindfulness, and lots of new groups coming on all the time.
And what a wonderful thing! Why wasn't anything like this here before? So, what brings you into the Breast Cancer Haven? What's your role? What do you do? What's your calling to this?
Well, I'm in the fundraising team. I'm the corporate fundraiser, so I work with all the companies trying to kind of support the charity. And I kind of fell into fundraising, really. It's on previous roles. I went to like a graduate scheme after university. Then went on to go into some charity roles, and I saw Breast Cancer Haven was opening in October. So I started all the way back a year ago. Actually, I've been a year today. And I thought I've got to go and work at this place. The service is obviously much needed. So many people going through breast cancer, and it's obviously the case. It's a great charity.
Yeah. So there's a massive event that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, yeah. We've got the Summer Garden Party on the 24th of June. So we're kind of unveiling our garden. It's our kind of first event that we're going to be using kind of the outdoor space around the centre. It's 12 till 4. Kind of a family community event. So it's at the Breast Cancer Haven, so it's St Bernard's Road in Solihull. And it's free entry. So the more the merrier, which is great. We'll be having live music. So we've got Ellie Jones and the Giants. We'll have Prosecco. We've got some cider as well.
Now I'm very, very interested, Matt. We've got some cider there. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So
what more do you want, really?
Yeah, what more do you want?
In the summer, yeah. Nice drink in the sun and a nice summer garden party.
Well, let's cross our fingers that actually we do have some sunshine for you. Let's sort of all do a Sundance for you. Is there something specifically that you're raising money for, Matt?
At the moment, the charity obviously only opened in October, so a lot of what we're doing is kind of raising awareness and kind of getting the funding in to keep the services kind of running in the first year, and then we'll kind of build on that. But it takes £500,000 a year to run the service, and with no government funding for the ongoing costs, that's all kind of individuals, companies, trusts and foundations in the local area. So
it's completely donation-based?
Yes, yeah, totally. So we're always obviously looking for kind of monetary donations, but also things like gifts in kind. For raffles, we always need things like really good prizes for tickets to events or whatever people can kind of offer, really.
So if someone wasn't going to be able to make your event, but they still wanted to help in some way, could they put up a prize or something like that for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. We always need help with prizes for raffles. We have a number of events throughout the year. Yeah.
So how would they get in touch with you?
Call it the centre. Call it the fundraising team, or could just pop in.
So have you got the number there? Or is it a question of going on the website?
Can go on the website, which is www.breastcancerhaven.org.uk, or a phone number is just 0121 726 9570.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, what previous fundraising events have you been involved in, Matt? Is there any particular...
previous fundraising events?
Yeah, what sort of previous fundraising events have there been already?
We had a mince pie mingle, which that was in December, so around Christmas time, obviously, with mince pies and mulled wine. And we had Piano Alan on the playing some nice tunes and kind of carol singers and things like that. So it was a nice little Christmas event at the Breast Cancer Haven. We had our big tea cozy as well, which we had in March. And that again was at the Breast Cancer Haven itself. So a nice community event again. More obviously cake and tea themed rather than summer garden party themed.
So you try and have something maybe every few months or so, or something like that, and then just sort of keep every quarter, just sort of try and do something to sort of keep awareness up there and try and raise a bit more money or something like that. Yeah,
we're keeping the events calendar nice and busy. To keep that awareness going and obviously keep the fundraising going as well.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Matt. It's been an absolute pleasure. Good luck, and I'm going to try and make it myself, and then we'll have record a few pieces and get that on a show as a bit of a review of what's been going on at the Breast Cancer Haven. Okay.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time.
No problem at all. Thank you. Pleasure.
Cheers.
Bye for now. Bye for now. Well, okay, that was brilliant. Thank you very much, Matt. Right. Well, I'm going to go back to our little tour of Beatle Woods now. And after we had that initial introduction, we were allowed to go and explore and have a little look at base camp. So this is what we found.
SolihullRadio.com.
So we are here in base camp, and I'm surrounded by what is amazing, actually. We've got a sort of a kitchen area over to my left underneath the canopy of some beautiful trees, sort of toy sinks and equipment. We'll go through that in a minute. Sort of coming across, we've got a teepee type thing, I think. We've got a tent. We've got a circle with some stumps to sit on, a sort of a basket of fruit, a bench, a little birdhouse. It's a beautiful area. Can I go on a little tour and tell me where everything is?
Let's go over here.
Thank you.
So this is our mud kitchen.
Right.
It's kind of grown, really. We started with prototype number 1 over there, which is a bit of a smaller kitchen.
Yeah.
And we've gradually graduated to something slightly bigger. So children of all ages can access these. We've got 2-year-olds here that are obviously much smaller in height than some of our 4-year-olds. And we have a water supply here, so children can access, all manner of utensils, mixing equipment, potions, lotions, and we sort of created a log roll stump area here so they can sort of sit here and devour their...
So it is quite literally an opportunity for them to grab some mud, enjoy it, role play, pretend it's food, whatever, and then they can do the whole role play, social skills, and sit down and pretend to eat it and that sort of thing.
Absolutely. So
washing up must be fun.
It is fun on a Friday. Yeah, we try and leave that to a Friday, and then this area kind of naturally felt right for a mud kitchen because, as you say, it's under the canopy of some lovely trees, and then we've put in some a rope ladder there and a rope swing.
Oh yes, so just in the background we've got some rope swings and I think we've got some hammocks around as well, haven't we?
Over there, and there's one over here that the children spend.
Do you ever get stressed?
No, and I think
I'm not surprised. It's beautiful.
That's in stark contrast to the last setting I was at, and in fact the 2 staff that work with me here also worked at that setting, and we are acutely aware of how well we feel, emotionally, physically.
Yeah. Being
outside, I don't think I could ever envisage not being.
It's grounding, isn't it? It's
totally, yeah.
It's wonderful. So what do you use this? We're walking across now to sort of we've got a little wooden seesaw that's very nice. We've got here the sort of the circle where you can sit and I guess storytelling maybe.
Well, occasionally we do storytelling here. The children gather here for lunch, so they use a log roll to sit on, and occasionally one as a table, if you like. And then we have at the end of the day, literally for a couple of minutes, we use the talking stick. So children don't have to do this, but we think it's really nice as just to finish off our day, talk about the things we've really enjoyed or what we're going to look forward to when we come back next time.
Yeah.
In fact, I can see it lurking there in the talking stick. It has wool around it, and the children really enjoy it. If they don't want to take part, they don't have to. For some, it's a little intimidating. For others, they really want to talk about what they're going to do when they come back tomorrow. So that's really primarily what this area is used for. And snack time, we'll sit here and just chat together with the children. The reels that you see behind you, the big cable reels, they're not always in this location. They're often wheeled out into out of base camp, so the children can push them, sit on them, stand on them, take them through the large puddle. But they have actually taken to enjoying sitting on those as well at lunchtime with a small group of friends rather than in the large group. But again, that's absolutely their choice.
I presume the parents supply them with a packed lunch.
They do.
Yeah.
They do, yeah. They bring a packed lunch and a drink, and our table in the middle here, for want of a better description, it's a bit of a tree, obviously. Their drinks go on there when they come in the morning.
Yeah.
It's very relaxed. It's it's very, very relaxed and very driven by their choices, the children's choices.
So you're very spontaneous in terms of the learning opportunities that present themselves.
Absolutely,
and you can ask them the right questions at the right time to sort of bring the children out of themselves.
Absolutely.
I guess.
I mean, for an example, a couple of weeks ago, a child appeared in this sort of base camp area and said to a practitioner, "I want to make an aeroplane from these twigs." This activity, driven completely by the child, went on for a good hour, where she bound sticks together with twine, sellotape, she added bits of paper to it, and then she tested it. So she wanted to see how far it would fly, what modifications she needed to make to it. This is a 3-year-old who made all of those decisions, to the point where we did actually put this on our Facebook page, and another child came in the next day and said, "I want to make one of those paper aeroplanes with the sticks, please." So he spent some time doing the same. They made more modifications. They took them up to the castle because they believed that was the best place to which I'll show you in a little while, to try them out, because there's a hill. And this kind of self-driven journey was completely their idea. It was, if we'd come up with this and said, let's make paper airplanes out of twigs, would they have bought into it in the same way? I don't believe so. I believe they had complete ownership of it. Because of that, they had such a fulfilling experience. And it led us to all sorts of things, physics, gravity. We started to talk about lots of different things. And
so as a practitioner, you're obviously very confident to take that in different directions where the child takes the learning experience.
I think it's become easier. I think it's always difficult at the beginning of a process to step back, because we're so used to, as practitioners, trying to get in there and tease out the learning. And actually sometimes it's, for us, we find most of the time it's really important to take a step back and allow the process to unfold, and then support skillfully and facilitate that as it happens, rather than it being our ideas. As adults, we've got this misconception we always know what's right, and actually, do we? We think not. We think children can be trusted as intrinsically motivated and curious.
What a wonderful place.
Thank you.
What's in this little sort of wigwam tent?
So, in here we have.
Wow, this is a dry space, isn't it?
It is a dry space.
So we've got the interior of what it can be best say is a wigwam, would we call it? A teepee, and we've got it sort of inflatable mattresses, I guess.
Yep.
You can sit on there. We've got a supply of books and colouring equipment. How often do they go in here? Is this the
honestly?
Honestly?
Rarely.
I guess this is, if it's torrential rain outside, we're going to go in here.
And even that, on our last day, on the Friday before we came to half term, the weather was appalling. It absolutely rained all day, torrentially.
Yeah.
We had a tarp up over the mud kitchen and a tarpaulin up over there. They did come into the tent, but nowhere near as much as you would imagine.
Yeah.
And we do, these baskets are outside baskets, so they come outside. There are some books and stuff in here, but the mark making equipment is dotted through the camp. Ordinarily, it's in here obviously because it's keeping dry. But you'd be surprised, they don't actually access the tent as much as you would think. And we do have children that sleep in here.
Oh yeah, if they want some time, they can go and have a
Yeah, we have two children who sleep in the afternoon, and they come and sleep in here for a good hour and a half. So
wow, I need one of those at work.
You and me both.
Wow, so
and it's just great. It's lovely to sleep in here. I mean, we stay with them obviously, and then they're supervised while they're sleeping. But it has a really nice feel about it.
It does.
The birds tweeting and the sun coming through it. It's lovely.
You really do get that sense of peace when you're there, don't you?
Definitely.
So you've got another tent, and a caravan at the background. What's happening?
Right,
What's
so
happening there?
We put the caravan on site in earlier this year because we think, when children get really wet, we do supply waterproofs, and they come with lots of clothing, but we've got lots of puddles on site. That it's important to have somewhere warm to change them, and for changing nappies and things like that. So we put this on site temporarily, but we have a vintage caravan in the making at the moment, where we've taken all of the inside of it out. So we've taken out all of the things we don't need, and we've put some proper nice wood bench seating in it, and it will be accessible for the children. So we are a truly outdoor setting, but we do appreciate that in the depths of winter, if you've got wet clothing, it's really nice to go somewhere warm and get into some dry clothing. So this will be changing in the next couple of weeks. So we won't have another tent. We'll just literally have this caravan that we've basically adapted and camouflaged up, ready for the children to see it as another exciting space to explore.
So when do you think that's going to be ready?
In the next couple of weeks, it should be ready. It's on my drive at the moment, being finished. So it will be done in the next couple of weeks and ready for us to start back in September.
So that's base camp.
Yeah.
If you've got 2 secs, shall we go and have a little look further afield?
Absolutely. I can show you some of the favourite places the children like to visit.
Solihullradio.com.
When you think about it, he's watching every word you say. And when he sussed you out, he comes up and out she comes and hustles us. Long digging, gun fishing, love drinking. The bartender and the thief are lovers, steal what they need like sisters and brothers. Met in a church a night to remember, robbing the graves of bodies dismembered. He watched the lesbian talk, she kissed and groped, but mostly talked in lust. Crushed. He couldn't make the call, his eyes were gripped on licking tongues. Enough's enough, crave for words. Long digging, gun fishing, love drinking. The bartender and the thief are lovers, steal what they need like sisters and brothers. Met in a church a night to remember, robbing the graves of bodies dismembered. Long digging,
That's the Bartender and the Thief here on Solihull Radio, and I am going to be joined by Brad from Specsavers and his 25/25 update in just a bit. But we're going to have the final part of our interview with Beatle Woods, and we're going to find out about the fairy house. So here we go. That's the rest of the next 7 minutes.
So we've arrived at what is lovingly called the castle by the children, and we've got. It's not actually a castle, but I think the children see it as a castle. It's sort of on a mound. There's sort of some wooden fencing around the outside. It's seemingly overgrown, but I don't think in the winter it was overgrown. Is that right?
That's true. I mean, obviously a lot of what you see here today, the stinging nettles, the dock leaves, weren't here, and it changes it so much for the children. But they see this as a real opportunity for imaginative play.
Yeah.
And they spend, depending on the weather, they've created mudslides down the side of this, and I think being a prospect, being up high, gives them that real sense of wonder and awe, and they feel like they're doing something really important by being up there and hiding with their friends.
Yeah.
And they absolutely love it. There's a bigger hill here, and they spent lots of the autumn, when there wasn't any vegetation there, seeing if they could actually run from the top to the bottom, often falling at the bottom onto their knees, getting up, having another go, and encouraging children that perhaps aren't as confident to do that to have a go.
So this is all about confidence, perseverance, resilience, all those things that you would hope for the children to be able to develop in today's modern world. So am I right in thinking that there's like a little hut over there? I mean, what's that little hut almost been? Has that doubled up for role play? And
many
like
things. Usually, at this time of year, it's definitely been an ice cream shop. We've had such great weather.
Oh, wow.
With a variety of toppings available.
What's yours? What would be yours?
Mine's definitely vanilla with some sprinkles on the top and raspberry sauce, and often costs me about £50.
50 quid? Well, this is Walsall Common. Right, okay. And so down here, I think we've got, as well, we're just sort of walking through the grass has grown, hasn't it?
Really grown, yeah.
It's walking through, and we've got maybe a foot high. And it's like we are actually 2 minutes from the town, and it's just, we could be the deepest, darkest Sherwood Forest.
Absolutely, it's magical in that respect, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, this is the bee tree, called such because in the autumn we had two very large hornets nesting in it.
Right.
And gradually, as you can see, it's a fallen tree that's old. The outer shell of it has peeled away, and over the course of the months that have gone by since we've been here, the children have obviously seen different bugs visiting it, and they climb on it. They've named this the bee tree. They often want to come and visit, to climb on it.
It's a feast of learning opportunities, isn't it? You can talk about science,
yes,
life cycles, you name it. It's got it.
It's sometimes a dragon, because as you can see, it's a bit sort of gnarled at the end.
Of course, you could do countless amounts of art here.
Yeah.
So I was just caught out. There's two butterflies sort of chasing each other around at the moment. Oh, I'm jealous. Rachel, you got any vacancies?
Absolutely, you can come along.
So where are we heading now?
So we're heading now to Willow Cottage. This is a structure that was obviously here on site as before we came. And gradually over the time that we've been here, the people who work on the grounds here have blended willow to the roof. So they bent...
Wow! Oh, there is mud here.
They've blended willow across the roof, so it feels like a real intriguing, sheltered place for children to play and hide. And we spend quite a lot of time in this area of the wood playing hide and seek. So we do sort of a format of that, 1, 2, 3, where are you? The children hide with the practitioners.
Yeah.
And then we look for one another. Sorry, you're probably going to get wet feet now.
Yeah, I've for the benefit of the listener, I've come woefully inadequately dressed.
Hello. I just wanted to show you this this small fairy house. The children...
There's a fairy house here.
Absolutely love this. They often come here and... create a house for the fairies. They've left notes for the fairies here in the belief that this is somewhere really special, and because it's made of hazel and willow, and it has this lovely grass roof, and it's built round a tree. It's dark inside. It feels really intriguing for them. And let's
go. Can I go inside?
Yeah. It's a bit low.
Yeah. So it is very much almost like a roundhouse, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And do you ever go into sort of the campfire territory, that sort of thing? Or
We haven't had fire on site yet, but this is something now. I have my level 3 certificate within insurance. I can do, so that's something we'll definitely be looking to do. Later in the year. But this just has it's a very
it's got a
sort of
magic
Harry
to it,
Potter
hasn't it?
feel, hasn't it?
Yeah. Or Lord of the Rings or something like that.
So
It's just
very inspiring for children. They just love coming here. It just has a different feel for them, and they often come here and want to be really quiet. They often want to know where the fairies are. We've built fairy houses in here around the tree. We've got some doors that we've made with the children, and they've pinned a note to here saying, please don't destroy our fairy house. And it just gives them that level of imagination that.
So in terms of SMSC, this is top notch, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Rachel, for showing me around some of Beatle Woods.
You're welcome.
If people want to find out a bit more about you, how would they do that?
Okay, so we have quite a comprehensive Facebook page.
Yeah.
And we try and post something on there every day, so you can actually see what the children are doing. So if you just put Beatle Woods into Facebook, you'll find us, or our website at beatlewoods.co.uk. You can call us on 07565 635 471 or email us at info@beatlewoods.co.uk.
Now, we have to say at this point that it's Beatles as in the band The Beatles, isn't it? What's the significance of that, may I ask?
Well, I think I mentioned earlier that losing my dad 18 months ago really sort of inspired me more to do something different with my life and to share my passion for all things early years. So he was a massive Beatles fan. He loved them. So I wanted some sort of inference to him within what I'm doing, and the best way that I could come up with was to have Beatles. So I do know how to spell Beatle, but Beatle Woods is...
Phonics is fine here.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's where we're at. So it is Beatle, yes, you're correct, Nick.
Thank you very much. Right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Solihull Radio.
Fed up with condensation every morning and hate that yucky mould patch in the bathroom? It's time to contact EnviroVent. They've helped tackle mould and condensation dampness in over 1 million homes, just like yours. To find out more and to book a free home survey, visit envirovent.com, because air matters.
Solihullradio.com.
Stagecoach Solihull teaches skills
in drama, singing and dance.
But these skills don't just vanish when the curtain falls.
They're skills for life, stretching imaginations and improving literacy.
For a career in the arts, learning new skills, or just having fun.
So visit our website
www.stagecoach.co.uk/Solihull.
Stagecoach Solihull. Skills for the arts.
Skills for life.
Yeah!
The Fireplace and Stove Centre, 1204 Stratford Road, Hall Green. Specialists in wood-burning stoves, gas and electric fires with over 50 live displays in the showroom. Come in and experience your new fireplace solutions. Call 0121 777 85 85 for more details.
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
Indian Dream on Dove House Parade, Solihull's premier family-run restaurant offering authentic Indian and Bangladeshi cuisine with fresh ingredients and creative chefs. They can provide bespoke dining experiences, eat in or take away. 0121 704 9058.
Solihull Radio.
And welcome back to the studio. And in the studio, I do have Brad from Specsavers, and he's going to give us a bit of an update on his 25 and 25. Brad, how are you?
Hi, good evening, Nick. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. What have you been up to?
We have been very, very busy. I can't believe how much we've achieved in the last however long it was since I was last here, a month and a bit, I think it was.
Yeah.
I've had some awesome meetings. The top of the list, I'm afraid, to all of the other people that I've met with, has to be that I had a meeting with Councillor Flo Nash,
who
is also known these days from just recently as Madam Mayor of Solihull.
Okay.
So had an audience with the mayor to talk about 25 and 25, which is just a fantastic experience in itself. The fact
to give you goosebumps.
The fact that the mayor, the first citizen of Solihull, has heard about 25 and 25 and then has asked for us to go in and talk about it and explain a few bits and pieces about what we've been up to, etc. So that's been brilliant. We got together with Neve Conway, who missed Birmingham.
Yep, she was on the show a few weeks back, yeah.
That's right. She actually became the face for Specsavers Solihull for our new range of Will.i.am frames that launched a couple of weeks ago. So that went very, very well. And then we saw her actually just before she jetted off to Sri Lanka to be with the Miss England team to go out there. And we've had some cracking meetings with the likes of Solihull and Warwickshire. Blood Bikes, we got together with the Buddy Bag Foundation. Have you heard of the Buddy Bag Foundation?
Tell me about Buddy Bags.
Buddy Bags is one of the causes that's coming up. We're really excited. So I don't want to give too much away at this stage.
Okay.
But in essence, they support the kids of families that are fleeing domestic violence. So in essence, what happens is a lady maybe with kids turn up at a refuge, very often with nothing at all, and sitting there on the bed will be a little backpack with a little teddy bear sitting on the top that is for little Johnny, little Helen, with all of the essentials that they need to get them through those first few hours, those first few days, and you just talk to them, find out a little bit of what they're doing, and you can't help but be touched by the fantastic work that does.
That's awesome. That's an awesome cause.
And also got together with Matt, who you were on the phone to a short while ago at Breat Cancer Haven in Solihull and Alton.
In fact, my show has got riddled with links to what you've been up to, haven't you? What have we got? We've got something to do with the Scouts.
Yeah, so currently the two organisations that we're supporting this current month are Shirley Sea Scouts and Fourth Knoll Sea Scouts. Shirley Sea Cadets and Fourth Knoll Sea Scouts. And that in itself actually gives a very good example of what we've actually tried to do with the causes that we have. We actually want, wherever we can, to have causes that are quite similar, so it engages the public that they have to make a decision. It's not just a case of a junior school and a secondary school, for instance, and the member of the public just dropping a token and kind of thinking, oh well, I've got somebody in secondary school, or I know a kid in secondary school, so I'll support that. Because we want them to engage with both of the charities, both of the causes. So even if they're voting for cause A, they've read about and they've had some exposure of
So they've had to
cause
really
B.
think about it.
So so making them similar or choosing similar, but obviously backing and supporting different people within the community is actually quite crucial to the whole success, I think, of 25 in 25 for us.
So what's their specific fundraising opportunity? Is it just to sort of keep them going, or have they got something in mind that they want to spend the money on? What's their angle?
Yeah, like a lot of these organisations, they all need ongoing money. Both of these two organisations do make charges to their young people who turn up. They pay a subscription, etc. But like a lot of these things, and I'm listening in earlier to things like beaver camps or scout camps. The Sea Cadets and the Sea Scouts both have links into Alton Mere as well, and they give exposure to a lot of the youngsters to the sea, which we're probably the furthest.
It's a bit tricky around here, isn't it? If you like the sea,
the furthest from the sea around here. So to give kids exposure to being able to go out, sail, to canoe, etc. is a great opportunity in itself. But also, if they've got kids that perhaps aren't as well off as others, then they obviously need to be supported, and they do it very discreetly. They make sure that they pay for them, but they don't disadvantage the paying kids, if that makes sense. So
they subsidise it a bit.
Yeah, so we're in a position where the money that we're going to be using is going to be going in to supporting that and supporting the disadvantaged kids and making sure they get the same exposure and the same opportunities as every other child in the organisations. So two brilliant causes.
Okay, and I think we should spend a bit of time talking about Neve. Actually, she's got a ball coming up, hasn't she?
Yes, she has, and last year effectively she won Miss Publicity.
That's right.
Miss England Publicity, and she won that on the back of effectively having the best form of publicity. All of the Miss contestants, I understand, do charitable work, and there is one specific charity that they all support, and that's part of the organisation, and that's called Beauty with a Purpose, which is a beautiful term in itself. But Neve actually has her own charity as well, and her ball is supporting both of the two causes at the same time. And she's got that coming up. You can jump onto her website, jump onto her Facebook page.
It's there on Facebook, isn't it?
And if you're looking for a cracking night out, then definitely get yourself along there and support her and her ambition to go on this year to hopefully become Miss UK or Miss England. Sorry,
that would be awesome, wouldn't it? I'll tell you what. I'll give you some details about the ball after this particular song. Now, this has got an epic link, hasn't it? Because it's the script with Will.i.am, and Will.i.am is
our new range of frames. So
and Specsavers. So there
absolutely.
We go. A wonderful link there. This is Hall of Fame.
Be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk to God, go banging on his door.
You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks.
You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself
standing in the Hall of Fame. And the world's gonna know your name. Cause you burn with the brightest flame. And the world's gonna know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can go the distance, you can run the mile. You can walk straight through hell with a smile.
You could be the hero, you can get the gold. Breaking all the records they thought never could be broke.
Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. And you're never gonna know if you never even try.
Do it for your country, do it for your name.
Cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame. And the world's gonna know your name. Cause you burn with the brightest flame. And the world's gonna know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. Be a champion. Be a champion. Be a champion. Be a champion. The walls of the Hall of Fame. Be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions, be truth seekers. Be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions. Standing in the Hall of Fame. And the world's gonna know your name. Cause you burn with the brightest flame. And the world's gonna know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be the King Kong hanging on your chest.
You can be a girl,
Well, there is Hall of Fame from the script here on Solihull Radio, featuring a bit of Will I Am. Now, I've called up the details here before we have a little chat back to Brad for Niamh Conway's ball. There are tickets going fast. It is on Friday the 22nd of June, and it's entitled A Touch of Sparkle, charity gala dinner. And here are the details. You need to email Niamh Conway... NiamhConway1 at hotmail.co.uk. There's a Twitter link as well at Niamh Conway with an extra Y on the end. There's also Facebook as well and Instagram. It's going to be at the Ramada Hotel, Pens Lane, Sutton Coldfield, B761LH. Here are the ticket prices. Adults, £50. For a table of 10, it's £450, and children under 5 go free. If you are under 25, it's going to cost you £40. Now, this is what your ticket gets you. It gets you a 3-course meal with tea, sparkling drink on arrival, entertainment, red carpet treatment, a raffle and live auction as well. So do get yourself there, 22nd of June. Now then, with another link to our show earlier on, is glaucoma awareness, isn't it, Brad?
Yeah, it is, absolutely. And glaucoma is one of those kind of well-known, but not a huge amount known about them, if that makes sense. Conditions to do with the eyes that we are regularly checking for. We're checking for in every eye examination that's conducted.
So it's just standard? It's
completely standard. There's a lot of people refer to the glaucoma test being the puff of air in the eye kind of test, but that's only one of about 3 or 4 tests that an optician will regularly do. They'll also have a look at the back of the eye, have a look at various factors, and so in essence what glaucoma is an increase in pressure inside the eye. That there is fluid inside the eye that's being created and being kind of instilled into the eye to maintain the pressure, and it therefore drains away as well. So you've got this natural flux of solution inside the eye. If it doesn't drain quick enough and it's being produced too quickly, then you can start to get an increase in pressure, and then that can start to have impact on thinner parts of the globe of the eye, and in particular on the back of the eye, on the optic nerve, which is obviously very, very sensitive. So you get an increase in pressure that can start to cause visual problems, and as I think was mentioned earlier, that isn't necessarily always it's not always permanent, but it's also not always repairable either.
So how do you know if you've got it?
In fact, the best way to make sure is to have regular eye examinations. There's a number of people that go for years and years and years without having eye examinations. The people who are most susceptible are the people over the age of 40 and with family history of glaucoma. But that doesn't mean if you're not over 40 or you haven't got a family history of glaucoma, you're not going to get it. So it's just about having your regular eye examinations. Opticians regularly recommend you get your eyes examined every 2 years. So if you haven't been along for a couple of years, then get in, have a regular routine eye examination, get everything checked out, and give yourself peace of mind, if nothing else.
So roughly, I mean, I don't know if you've got it in the back of your head there, what's the chances of somebody getting it?
Very good question, and I don't know the answer to that one.
That's one for Google later, everybody.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the International Glaucoma Association that we supported earlier on within our 25 in 25 campaign, I'm sure they would be able to get the answer to us. So I won't be Googling them. I'll be dropping them an email and ask for that information to ping on to you for a future reference.
So talk to me about jamborees.
Yeah, so we're supporting 4th Knoll Sea Scouts, as I mentioned earlier, and 3, I understand, of their young members. Bearing in mind that they have a beaver colony, they have a Cub Scout Cub pack, they have a Scout troop, and they have Ventures or Rangers, Explorers. That's it. So there's 4 age groups, and I think it's the older Scouts, but there are 3 from Knoll who have been selected to have a fantastic opportunity of a lifetime, particularly at that age, to go to the World Jamboree, which is a gathering of Scouts from all across the world. I think Scouts is probably the most well-known and probably the most the largest membership organisation for young people in the world, and they have this huge, what they call Jamboree, which is just a huge meeting of people now and young people, and it isn't just about a holiday. You know, they are having experiences that will set them up for life. There's no two ways about it. I was involved in scouting myself, so there was a natural link with that, and And I was also a Cub Scout leader. So these people are really having their lives influenced at the right kind of time to really be setting them off on the right tracks and to become the ambassadors for our communities in the future and to really do a lot of great work. And a lot of what Scouting is about is about respecting your community. A lot of us remember Bob a Job, Cubs and Scouts going out and just doing a little bit of good favours, etc., and earning a little bit of money to go back into the pot. But it's just they're life skills, and sadly, they're not always life skills that we see so frequently these days.
No, it's not so good, is it? But if we can promote that, that's great. So those are the choices if you go and have your eye test done this month.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sea Scouts or Sea Cadets for this month, and then kind of future months we've got, as I mentioned earlier, we've got Breast Cancer Haven coming up.
Of course,
we've got a natural link with that one because we've got an ex-member of our team who had breast cancer. She's not an ex-member of staff because she's not a survivor. She has survived. She's actually gone to live in Ireland now. But there was a natural kind of heartstrings pull for us on that one. Interestingly, I've also had a meeting with one of our first causes, talking newspapers.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting area. Tell me a bit more about talking newspapers.
Talking newspapers offer a service to not just blind or partially sighted, but also to sighted people. So they've got a membership, a listenership, and in essence they have a system where they go through all of the local newspapers and some of the more regional or national newspapers, and they edit that all down. And on a Friday, they get together in their little studio, which is in underneath Solihull Library, with a beautiful. That's where I went and met the team there, and they've got a fantastic setup. Really good modern setup, and effectively they do the recordings there, and they then duplicate those number of times and send them out to their listeners, so their listeners can stay in touch with the news, bang up to date, and getting kind of the local news as much as anything else, and staying in contact with these great people. And it's all run by volunteers. It's all put together by volunteers, and it's all voluntary donations and things that keep them going.
Brad, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. We've gone a little bit over, but it doesn't matter because it's just good stuff. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you again real soon. Thank you.
See you again soon.
Thank you. We're going to finish off now with the Hoosiers. Goodbye, Mr. Ray. And I'm going to say goodbye to all of you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for everyone who's contributed, and I'll catch you next time.